This is a reflection similar to a homily at the Holy Thursday Mass of the Last Supper. And it would be for the people of St. Gerard. It's funny how social norms have changed so much since the time of Jesus. Today we concern ourselves so much with germs and bacteria. Rightfully so, as they can cause a person to get sick. So much so, we concern ourselves with these things that we have sanitizer stations in public places. We remind people to wash their hands before returning to work. And we have standards for how foods are produced, prepared, and of course processed. There was nothing like this in the days of Jesus. So much, in fact, that at the Last Supper, after they had ate the meal, they had a side of foot washing. I don't know about you, but at my Christmas dinner, after we eat the Christmas ham, we don't pass the bucket around and start washing each other's feet. It's a different culture. However, that's not what is important in this reading. This gospel passage that we read on Holy Thursday gives us marching orders in a sense. Go out into the world and serve. We serve Christ by serving others. The way we can measure how much we serve God is by how much time and energy we put into serving others. This washing of the feet of the disciples is the ultimate symbol of servanthood. Jesus models it for us perfectly, and the fact that he humbles himself to wash the feet of others provides us with an everlasting message of humility. Even Jesus, the Son of God, the Messiah, the Redeemer, the King of Kings, could get his hands dirty to show the importance that whoever we are, whether we're a servant, an all-star athlete, a doctor, a lawyer, a mom, a son or daughter, or even a king, we are called to serve. There's only one person in all of history that we could think that might be above this. And Jesus served us in the greatest way possible. Jesus gave us the greatest act of service in the history of mankind when he died on the cross. Jesus was not above service, and none of us are. We are called to serve one another, which ultimately serves God. There are two parts to the foot washing that we should look at. The first is more widely understood as service. When we think of service in the Bible, this is what we think of. Jesus washing the feet. He shows us servanthood there. Absolutely. By this, he shows us how to actively serve others. How do we do this in our everyday life? Parents, do you help your kids with their homework or teach them life skills? Children, do you show your parents love and respect by helping them with chores, even if you aren't asked? Husbands, do you make it your job to make sure that your wife is as happy as possible? Wives, do you do the same for your husband? For all of us, are we ignorant to those people that clearly show a sign of need? Do we look the other way when people ask for help? Do we model that unconditional love that Christ has shown for us time and time again? Or are we afraid of what we do not know? A few wonderful examples of service come to mind when I think about St. Gerard. The first we can see here and every Sunday when we come to Mass. Between all the ministries that serve during the liturgy, and given that we have 6 Masses, there are about 120 ministers that are needed to serve every weekend. This ranges from the people in the music groups, the many music groups that we have here at St. Gerard, or even serving at Mass as a server, greeter, reader, usher. The list goes on and on. There are wonderful examples of St. Gerard of service happening every Sunday at St. Gerard. However, we are also called to serve when we leave. The priest or deacon will say something along the line of Go in peace to love and serve the Lord. And we say thanks be to God. He says this right before we leave, so that we know that when we exit those doors, the mission starts, the mission begins. We need to go out and serve. We need to serve God by serving others in our everyday life. The possibilities are endless. Some ways that I truly see people doing service for the community in our parish are first and foremost our St. Vincent de Paul Society. Every Wednesday at 7 o'clock they meet and deliver food to those in need. During the Christmas time they wrap and deliver presents as well as deliver food baskets on Thanksgiving, Christmas, and Easter. During the holiday times, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and Easter, we have parishioners that help out with our holiday dinners. We provide a dinner for those that don't have any other place to go on these holidays. They serve the meal as well as just spend time with those people that don't have other people to spend time with them. That's a true act of service. I see our Knights of Columbus serve the parish and community in an abundance of ways by donating money, cooking pancake breakfasts once a month, providing the meal for our parish picnic every year, and endless ways that they continue to serve St. Gerard. Lastly, something new at St. Gerard this year is our monthly service Saturdays. Once a month we have a community service project that happens, and parishioners of all ages are welcome to serve. These are community-based service projects, so we try to go out into the community and not just serve St. Gerard, but we go out and we serve. In October we had a food drive, and at that food drive we collected over 700 personal and food items, as well as received about $100 worth of cash and collectibles, canned goods, or canned collectibles that went right to our St. Vincent de Paul Society. In November, we had a fall neighborhood cleanup where we went to neighboring houses and raked their leaves. We had about 12 or 13 homes that we hit and raked leaves. We had about 150 30-gallon bags. Just a couple ways that St. Gerard parishioners serve the community. The service at St. Gerard seems endless. And yet I continually think about, is there something more that we can do? And of course the answer is yes. I continue to see more ways that our parish and our parishioners can serve the community better. And although I realize that we can't do everything, I know that we can do more. For example, last December, I'm sure you all remember the ice storm that led to power outages in over half of Lansing that lasted, in some cases, through Christmas. By some miracle, St. Gerard never lost power, and we were able to have our Christmas Eve Masses, Christmas Eve and Christmas Masses here. There was a golden opportunity to serve as a warming station. St. Gerard, just in Weber Hall, we could have a warming station because we never lost power. And people could come in, warm up, maybe have a meal, and maybe that would make their Christmas time a little better. That was a missed opportunity. I know that in our lives we have maybe big opportunities or little opportunities each day. We would just walk by. Maybe some we don't even think about because we're not looking, or some we do think about and we just choose to turn the other way. We all encounter these opportunities. We need to take advantage. We need to seek out and look for those opportunities to serve. In many cases, it doesn't require much effort. And of course, we don't always intentionally look the other way. We simply need to be continually looking for ways to serve God by serving others. We need to walk around with our foot washing bucket, seeking people to serve. The second part of the reading is the other type of service shown here that we don't always think of. This service was shown by the disciples. This is the service of being served. There are two ends of service we have to realize. We often think of the first part, the service, the people doing the service. But sometimes it's also a service to be served. Sometimes, even though you can do something yourself, it is important to let others help you. This takes a special type of humility, to put aside your independence and let someone else in. Being served is a service in itself. Think of a time when you were served. It could be in big ways or something as small as someone opening the door for you. You could have opened that door, but it was a service by letting them open it for you. You both got something out of that. So you heard the marching orders today. Jesus has told us we need to get into the world, go out into the world and serve. When we serve others, we serve God. Jesus showed us servanthood with the washing of feet, and the following day committed the greatest act of love along with the greatest act of service in the history of the world when he died up for us on the cross. So now is the time to get up, go out, and serve. Although social norms have changed so much since the time of Jesus that we probably wouldn't go from eating to foot washing right away, but I believe that now is the time to roll up our sleeves and get our hands a little dirty. Thank you.